The Aboriginal people call this place here Mandawernup. And Mandawernup comes from the two local words, Mundu, which is sunlight, sunshine. As you can see, we've got plenty of today. And Werni meaning a dead person. And if you look over my right shoulder, you actually see up on the back of the hill up there, you actually see two big caves that look like eyes. Then you see just down below it, a bit of a nose, and then you can see the actual mouth area. And of course, as the Aboriginal people used to camp over here behind us and even around us, they looked at Mandawernup. If they knew they could see him, they knew they would be safe. And the word up is a very generic name, it's the dual meaning, but basically it means the place of, so the place of where the sun shines on the dead fella. The white fella name was named by the French when they came here in 1792. There was two ships, one was called La Recherche and the other one was called La Esperance. La Esperance was in the first into the bay, and the guy sitting up in the crow's nest, who happened to be there at the time, he actually sighted the mainland, and the Admiral Donna Castro actually named this headland in his honour called Cape Legrand.
Doc Reynolds runs Kepa Kurl tours out of Esperance. He's been walking this land since he took his first steps, and his tour gives an insight into the life that Doc's forefathers led out in this country around Cape Legrand before the Europeans even saw it.
So what have we got in here, Doc?
Well, Pat, this is our bush garden supermarket here. What we've got here, we've got three different types of bush herbs. What we've got here, this one here is the durak, which is the old smoky beer, which is this plant here. And that grows down into the root system, then it comes up, and this root system here is very hot. It has a very gingery, peppery, chili type flavour, and that was actually used for flavouring kangaroo meat and emu meat when they were roasted up in the ashes. And when they finish with that, they come over here to this plant over here, which we call the gordial, which is the native rosemary. Now, if you grab this plant and just rub it between your fingers, and as you can see, very similar to rosemary. It grows quite prolifically along the south coast.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And you can have a good smell of it.
Yeah.
And again, that with this, mixed in with the kangaroo meat, it was again, and then of course, like all good meals, you've got to have some salad and veggies. Then we've got here then is this plant over here, is what we call the gerbian, or the coastal sword sedge. So you've got to give it a put when you pull it out. Don't grab it like this, grab it like that. So when you pull it out, it should come out quite easily and create a nice flavour. And all you do is just have a bite at the end of that.
Okay.
And that's a native, it's a bush-based root vegetable.
Oh, nice.
Very highly fibrous. And of course, after we finished eating it, we eat it like that. Then we chew on it like a chewing gum, because when I was walking around out here with a young kid, we never had chewing gum, so that was our chewing gum. And then of course, in the old days, what the Aboriginal people used to do when they made their camps, set up in areas like this, they used to use it as a string, and that was very simple. As I said earlier, it's got a very sharp edge. What you do, you get to cut it down, get it like that, and you just cut it straight down the middle, like that there, and then as a consequence, it comes around. Then once you get it down to there, you just pull it apart, and then all we do is put it into a circle, because when they built their myas, or their tents, what they do, they would turn this down and just bend it around and blend it in there, and as a consequence, they just keep winding it around, and winding around, and of course as it got drier, it became very stronger. Now we'll see these two young boys here, we'll see who's the strongest amongst them, and see if they can pull this apart, and maybe we need to help them. So you reckon you can do that for us, boys?
Yep.
Okay, you see how fast you can pull it apart. Give it a good hard pull, come on.